Hey everyone, welcome back to part 7 of the Breath of Fire 2 tutorial. In this part of the tutorial, I will be covering the basics of rand rolling and the post-Corsair section through the Joker fight. If you like this guide, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to watch my runs or be alerted when more tutorial videos drop. Let's get started. When you have killed August, there will be some dialogue and then you will gain control, again demonstrated by your party members walking into you. Leave town. This will be the first instance of using the field party swap mechanic. By using the shoulder buttons, L causes your party order to swap the backmost party member to the front of the walking order, while R causes your second member to swap to the front of the walking order. Another way to think of this, thanks to Charles, is L back, R forward. You will want to swap Rand to the front with L. The reason for this is that the party members have a unique overworld field mechanic they bring. For the members so far, Ryu has fishing on the overworld, Bo has arrow shots in the hunting grounds, Cat has staff strike for hunting grounds and for unique obstacle breaks, and Rand can turn into a ball and roll around the world map. The Rand roll moves much faster than walking and prevents random encounters while in the ball form. The Rand ball is cancelled when Rand hits an obstacle, followed by a dizzy animation. There is a 50% chance that hitting an obstacle will result in a random encounter that follows the typical random encounter mechanics, except that it doesn't reset your danger tile count, making it possible to get back-to-back encounters with a single step. Also, encounters can only be generated on tiles that calculate random encounters in the first place, meaning that if you cannot get a random encounter on a certain tile on the world, then the bonk cannot generate an encounter. When on the overworld, press the Y button to start the Rand roll. You will want to roll back to Mount Fubi. Be aware that turning in the Rand roll is quite challenging and will require some practice. The turns require pretty tight frame windows, so it's actually nearly impossible to do several quick turns in succession. Enter Mount Fubi and use a smoke immediately upon entering, roughly here. Make your way through to the ruins and use a second smoke outside the ruins, roughly here. You will have another little dialogue break and then be returned to a two-person party. Be aware that Ryu's damage output will be lower than with Rand. This is not an issue in the early areas, but when you return to the Corsair area of the overworld, you will not be able to one-shot enemies like Cat can. Head back to hometown. Head up from the entrance for a cutscene. Mash turbo through the dialogue and don't buffer any directions to avoid hitting the no option. Enter the building and go upstairs, then enter the room on the right and you will get another mini cutscene. When you gain control of the party again, denoted by Cat saying let's go, hit the shoulder button to swap Ryu to the front of the walking order. This is important for the next dungeon. Head out to the world and make your way toward Corsair. When you get to the sign on the overworld, head left to the cave in the mountain for the Joker hideout. You will immediately fight a Hood enemy. Hood have 82 HP and can either defend or attack. This will be an auto battle fight and takes 3 hits to kill since your party will hit for roughly 20 to 30 HP. The turn order will be Cat, Hood, then Ryu. You could take this encounter in either normal or scramble, but it is preferred to take this in scramble since Ryu is sturdier than Cat, and Ryu will have a higher damage output plus crit chance. After the Hood fight, have Ryu use Cure 1 to heal the party to full. When talking to this guy, he will give you 6 dialogue choices. Pain is the correct choice here to avoid a fight. When you talk to the Hood behind the gate, he will tell you to interact with the hole in the wall. Whoever is in the front of the walking order will be poisoned and take damage, hence why we put Ryu in the front of the party. For this fight, I do recommend putting the party in scramble if you didn't for the previous fight. Since you are fighting the Hood and the Spider, attacks against Cat need to be reduced so she is less likely to die. The P-Spider has 200 HP and can either poison or attack. Again, this is an auto battle fight where Cat will go first in the turn order and Ryu last after the enemies. If Cat does die, this is not a big deal since you will have an opportunity to revive her immediately after the fight. It is very unlikely you will party wipe from this fight. Afterward, go down the staircase. The basement screens for this dungeon are live on encounters. On screen are the enemies you can encounter in this area. It is uncommon to get an encounter down here if you walk straight to the next rooms, but it still is possible. Of all the encounters, Will-O-Wisp are the worst fights you can get due to the power down spell reducing your damage significantly. Go upstairs and enter the next room to fight another Hood. Once the Hood is dead, there will be more dialogue, and once you gain control, make your way around the room. There will be a little more roleplay, and then you will get a scripted encounter with 4 hoods. Unlike the previous hood encounters, when one of these hoods die, there is a chance they can call for backup and spawn another hood. We will use the fire rock here that we got from Mount Fubi with Cat, since she will outspeed the enemies and get the fire rock off to kill all the hoods. There will be a little more dialogue with the Joker before he engages you for the boss fight. For the Joker fight, Nina will join the party and we will be back in the 3-person party formation. The party formation will be Ryu, Cat, then Nina. For this reason, you will want to do this battle in normal formation. This is because Nina will be equipped with the Moondrop weapon we glitched back in Corsair. For Nina to benefit from the Moondrop weapon, we will need her stats to update with it being equipped, so you will need to swap her equipment in battle. You can swap any armor piece other than etc. using the item menu and selecting an armor piece, then equip. Give Nina the steel armor to update her stats and she will be your strongest fighter for the Joker fight, hitting for roughly 50 damage a hit and doing double attacks per turn. Additionally, if the first hit of her double attack rolls a crit, then both hits will be crits. By the way, counterattacks work much the same way here, where if you counter her on a turn that you rolled a crit, then your counters that turn will also be crits. It is possible for her first hit with the Moondrop weapon to be a normal attack and her second hit to roll a crit. Joker has 580 HP and is slower than all party members. He can either attack a single party member, do a poison chop which hits all party members with a chance to poison them, or defend. Defend does nothing here since he goes last in the turn order. The only big worry is if he does damage to Nina, since you will need to immediately heal her. She cannot survive 2 hits. Ryu and Cat will defend for this fight and only perform healing on Nina when needed. Since Nina only does roughly 50 damage a hit, it will take 6 turns for her to kill Joker unless she crits. So the goal for this fight is to pray for crits and pray Joker doesn't do damage to Nina to make the fight faster. This will conclude part 7 of the tutorial. Part 8 will cover the post-Joker section through Terrapin and the 4-party formation and some other fun mechanics. Thank you for watching and be on the lookout for the next video.